Barcelona endured a shaky opening half but ultimately found the resilience and determination to fight back from a difficult position and secure a dramatic victory away against Levante, a result that could prove vital in the long run as the La Liga campaign progresses toward its decisive stages. The Catalan Giants found themselves trailing by 2 goals at halftime, but an inspired second-half display allowed them to overturn the deficit and leave with all 3 points after a 3-2 comeback win that will be remembered for both its tension and its significance. The game began with Barcelona attempting to impose themselves on the match by controlling possession, as they typically do, but it was Levante who looked sharper, hungrier, and more threatening in the early exchanges. The hosts thought they had struck first when an early effort found the net, but it was ruled out, a temporary reprieve for Barca. Just minutes later, Levante made sure their dominance was rewarded. Exploiting Barcelona's high defensive line, Jeremy Toljan slipped a clever pass through to Ivan Romero, who entered the penalty area, eluded Pau Cubarsí with a deft body feint, and then calmly slotted the ball past goalkeeper Joan Garcia to give Levante a deserved 1-0 lead in the 15th minute. Despite Barcelona's territorial dominance and lengthy spells of possession, their finishing in front of goal left much to be desired. The best opportunity of the first half came when Pedri produced a perfectly weighted pass to Ferran Torres, who found himself in an excellent position to equalize. However, Torres squandered the chance, hitting the crossbar from close range when it seemed easier to score. That miss would prove costly, as Levante struck again before the break. In a controversial moment, Alejandro Balda was adjudged to have deliberately handled the ball inside the box, and after a lengthy pause, the referee awarded a penalty. Veteran forward José Luis Morales stepped up and converted coolly from the spot with the final kick of the first half, sending Levante into the dressing room with a commanding 2-0 advantage. Barcelona, however, responded almost immediately after the restart, showing both urgency and quality that had been lacking in the opening 45 minutes. Just 7 minutes into the second half, Pedri produced a moment of brilliance, unleashing a spectacular long-range strike that soared into the top corner, cutting the deficit in half and reigniting Barcelona's hopes. Barely 3 minutes later, Ferran Torres redeemed himself for his earlier miss, volleying home the equalizer from a Rafinha corner to level the score at 2-2, a quick double that completely shifted the momentum of the match. From then on, it was all Barcelona. Hansi Flick's side threw everything forward, flooding the attacking third with numbers, and forcing Levante to retreat and defend desperately with nearly all their players inside their own penalty area. The relentless pressure finally paid off in stoppage time. Lamine Yamal, who had been one of the standout performers in the second half with his energy, creativity, and precision, delivered a dangerous cross into the box. Under pressure, Unai El Ghazabal misjudged the ball and accidentally headed into his own net, handing Barcelona the winning goal in heartbreaking fashion for the home supporters. The Catalans held on for the remaining moments to seal a 3-2 triumph, a comeback that not only showcased their mental toughness but also exposed areas that still need improvement if Flick's team hopes to challenge consistently for the title this season. Defensive lapses, missed opportunities, and lapses in concentration were all evident, and though the 3 points will ease immediate pressure, the performance raised questions that need addressing. On the individual level, several players stood out. Goalkeeper Joan Garcia delivered a steady display and earned a rating of 7.8, while Eric Garcia at right back performed admirably with a 7.9. Ronald Araujo and Pau Cubarsí, the central defensive pairing, earned 7.2 and 7.0 respectively, though both struggled at times against Levante's quick forwards. Alejandro Balda, involved in the handball penalty incident, ended with a 7.2. Midfield was anchored by Marc Casado with a 6.7, while Pedri shone brightly with an 8.6, scoring a crucial goal and dictating play. On the wings, Lamine Yamal earned an 8.5 for his lively contributions, while Rafinha scored an 8.3. Marcus Rashford, operating on the left, had a quieter game and rated 7.1. Up front, Ferran Torres redeemed himself with an important equalizer and finished with an 8.2. From the bench, Gavi, Dani Olmo, Andreas Christensen, Robert Lewandowski, and Jules Koundé all featured, with mixed ratings, though none had a decisive impact beyond maintaining the result. In the end, Barcelona's comeback at Levante was the story of persistence and quality shining through after an early stumble, a reminder of their attacking power but also a warning of vulnerabilities that cannot be ignored as the season intensifies.